I'm going to read some excerpts from this article from Shams Charania about illegal gambling that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier committed. So here goes. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier were arrested Thursday as part of a pair of investigations related to illegal gambling, sources told ESPN's Shams Charania. Rozier was arrested Thursday morning at a hotel in Orlando, Florida. The Heat lost their season opener to the Magic on Wednesday when Rozier did not play due to coach's decision. Billups' arrest in Oregon was made as part of a separate but related illegal gambling case linked to illegal poker operations tied to the mafia, according to an ABC News report. Billups is expected to make an initial court appearance later Thursday. Also, former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones was arrested Thursday on charges that he provided inside information about NBA games to co-defendants who used it to place sports bets. According to ABC News, Jones, 49, played for 10 teams over an 11-year career from 1998 to 2009 and was a Cavaliers assistant coach from 2016 to 2018. The Eastern District of New York and FBI Director Kash Patel will hold a news conference at 10 a.m. Eastern Thursday to announce arrests from the investigations. So this is really insane, hearing about Chauncey Billups being involved in this gambling situation with the mafia. That to me is, I would say, disappointing and surprising at the same time. I'm just gonna go on a little tangent here, but I I really did like that 2004 Pistons championship team. As a Spurs fan, it's my one of my favorite teams to win a title that wasn't a Spurs team. For me, the reason was that I really hated the Lakers in 2004. It's just bad blood with the Spurs Lakers rivalry. I always despised them. And I thought in '03, when the Spurs eliminated them, that they were done with Shaq and Kobe and this was it and never again, that they would have their run not dealing with these guys anymore. Excuse me. Unfortunately, they ended up with Karl Malone and Gary Payton. And I just remember so badly wanting to beat those guys. And then Derek Fisher having that bullshit point four shot and just ending it for the Spurs that season. So I was bitter and salty and frustrated because I'm thinking after Fisher took out the Spurs that the Lakers are going to win another title. It's going to suck because whenever they win with Shaq and Kobe, it always suck. They rub salt in. They let everybody know their fans are insufferable. And I was hoping, just hoping somehow the Pistons could pull off this upset and just destroy the Lakers season, just end it, because I didn't think the Lakers were worthy of being champions. I felt they had a lot of luck to get there, a lot of fluky scenarios played out for those guys, and I didn't want to see them win. And Chauncey Billups was huge in that series. He picked apart the Lakers on offense, just surgically took them out and made history. The Pistons took them out in 5 games. It was just awesome to see. Just one of the greatest upsets I've ever enjoyed in NBA history. And even years from now, every now and then, I'll still watch highlights of that series because it's just one of my favorite series of all time. Just the enjoyment, seeing the Lakers' tears. It's just great. It's magical. So I always had a lot of respect for Chauncey just based off that series. I always viewed him as this mature leader type of guy. Like he was always just like a great leader on the court. You look at where he played, whether it was Detroit or even Denver when he was there for a minute, how good they were with him, his leadership, his maturity in the locker room. So this is like a guy you don't suspect to be involved in this type of situation. It's very, I would say, disappointing to see him go this route. Granted, he hasn't been proven guilty yet, but if proven, I would say it's very embarrassing if they prove these charges are legit. So yeah, I think that's just a really bad look. And I'm sure for Pistons fans that that there is some taint now when it comes to Billups' legacy with him due to this gambling situation if proven to be true. So that's something that we're gonna have to wait and see how this goes and how legit this is. So I'm gonna just give Billups his fair shake that innocent until proven guilty. So we had to see how this plays out. But if you're the Blazers, I feel you got to suspend Billups right now because this is too big of a distraction. To be fair, you suspend him with pay, so he gets paid, and let this thing play out. And after it's over, you go from there. Like obviously, if he's guilty, you can Billups for sure. You fire him. If he's not, then you can reinstate him as head coach of the team. But I would suspend him right now because it's just too big of a distraction. And I, if it's true, like I'm saying, because we don't know if it's true, but if it is true, I just wonder like how could Billups put himself in this situation and why he was involved in this racket. Like Billups made a lot of money as an NBA player. Did he just not save his money properly, or was this some weird addiction he suffered from and he couldn't get off of it? That's what I wonder because there are guys, who are just gambling addicts despite making tons of money. And even if they save their money, they just can't help themselves. Charles Barkley is a great example of this. Michael Jordan is a great example of this. I just wonder if Billups was infected by the same type of bug, but just it's an embarrassing situation. If it proves to be true, Damon Jones, I'm not really shocked by this. I've always viewed Damon Jones as a clownish type of guy. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is true and he did take advantage of his inside information with NBA games. And when it comes to inside information, I could see how you can make money off of bets. For example, Damon Jones would know who's going to play in certain games, the substitution patterns and whatnot. And based on that information, if he gave it to you, you could make a good bet on certain type of outcomes when it comes to stats, for sure. So I could see how he would get in trouble. And Terry Rozier, I believe he's been involved in these gambling situations for like the last few years. So all this is a bad look for the NBA. But I will say that Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers have to be doing backflips right now, especially Steve Ballmer. I could see them screaming like yes with a bunch of fist pumps, thinking like, all right, this is great for us. This is going to be great cover, which is frustrating because I really want Kawhi and them to suffer. And this is like the perfect distraction for those guys. It's like it came at like the best time, especially after their humiliating loss last night. But we're going to see how this all plays out. And that's all I have to say about this situation.